In today's video, I'm breaking down every material in the forge and what each one actually does. We'll look at how to get them, what they're used for, their traits, their prices, basically everything you can think of. If you end up enjoying the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, or not. Anyways, let's get into it. We're going to start off with Iron Valley, or the First World. This area has 13 ores in total, and the first one on here is stone. Stone is a common ore and can be sold for $3. It can only be found in pebbles and drops every time. Sandstone can be sold for $3.75 and spawns in pebbles and rocks. Copper can be sold for $4.05 and can be found in pebbles, rocks, and boulders. Iron can sell for $5.25 and is found in pebbles, rocks, and boulders again. Tin ore is our first uncommon and can sell for $6.38. It's found in rocks and boulders only. Silver ore sells for $7.05 and spawns in rocks, boulders, and basalt rocks, which are rocks that are found only in the second area. Gold can sell for $19.05 and spawns inside boulders and basalt rocks. Mushroomite, which is a rare ore, can sell for $12 and is found in rocks and boulders. Platinum ore also sells for $12 and spawns inside boulders and basalt rocks. Bananite, which is an uncommon ore, sells for $12.75. It can spawn in rocks and boulders and is also used to complete the monkey quest in the second world. You can find him here, on this island, right next to the spawn in the second world, and you'll need 30 bananite to complete his quest if you're trying to get the most money and XP. Cardboardite is a common ore which sells for $10.05 and only spawns inside rocks and boulders. 8, or however you say that, is the first epic rarity ore and sells for $16.05. It can be found only in boulders. The final ore is poopite, which, despite the name, is actually pretty useful early on. It can sell for $18 and is found in pebbles, rocks, and boulders, with a 1 in 131 chance. But what it doesn't say on the index is that poopite actually has a special trait. When at least 10% of the ore is added to your armor or weapon, it adds a 15% poison effect for 5 seconds when below 35% health, which scares enemies away, and it has a 15-second cooldown. For whatever reason, ores with special traits never have their traits listed on the index, so I'll just mention them as we go through these next ores. And something you guys should know, especially if you're just starting, the only way to apply a trait from an ore that has a trait is by having at least 10% of that material in your armor or weapon. Let's say you're making a chess piece with 10 ores and want the poopite effect on your armor. You'll need at least 10% of that armor to be made of poopite, so in this case, only 1 poopite is needed. Anyways, there's actually one more secret ore that can be found in the first area. Well, technically it's not an ore, and can only be found through a secret spot. If you come over to this building and dash through this corner in the roof, you'll phase through and find this ladder. Come down, and you'll find a room full of lucky blocks. I'm pretty sure you can mine these with any level pickaxe, but each block has 10,000 hit points, so it'll take a while to mine either way. Once you do mine it, you'll get one of these, a Fachillium. It has literally no use from what I know. You can't sell it or use it in the forge, so it's pretty much just a trophy you can hold on to. Finally, we can move on to the Forgotten Kingdom, or the Second World. There are 22 ores in this area, which is almost double the amount of the First World. Starting off, we have Cobalt, which can sell for $15 and spawns in basalt rocks and basalt cores. Then there's Titanium, which sells for $17.25 and spawns inside basalt rocks and cores. Volcanic rock is a rare ore that sells for $23.25 and only spawns in volcanic rock, which are located in the underground volcano area, basically the final area in the Second World. Lapis can sell for $19.05 and spawns in basalt rocks and cores. Quartz sells for $22.05 and spawns in basalt cores and basalt veins. Amethyst sells for $24.75 and can be found inside basalt cores and veins again. Topaz sells for $26.25 and can be found in basalt cores, veins, and volcanic rock. Diamonds sell for $30 each and spawn in basalt cores and veins. Sapphire ore sells for $33.75 and can be found inside basalt cores and basalt veins. Cooperite can sell for $36.45 and spawns inside basalt cores, veins, and volcanic rock. Obsidian sells for $35.25 and only spawns inside volcanic rock. Emeralds can sell for $38.25 and are found in basalt cores and basalt veins. Rubies can sell for $44.25 each and only spawn in basalt veins. Rivalite sells for $49.95 and can be found in basalt veins and volcanic rock. Uranium, which is the first legendary ore, can sell for $66, but it's probably a good idea to keep the ores that are legendary rarity and above. Uranium can be found only in basalt veins, and its trait gives minus 10% HP and plus 15% damage on any armor it's applied to. Combining uranium with other ores to balance out the minus 10% HP is a good idea, and it pairs well with other ores that can boost HP. Mithril can only be found in basalt veins, and its trait is to give plus 15% extra defense on armor it's applied to. This makes it a pretty good pair with uranium to balance out the defects. Also, if you guys were wondering what the multiplier thing that's been on every ore means, it's basically how much that ore will raise your damage/defense. The higher the multiplier, the higher your damage and defense will be. Next up is the eye ore. This ore can be found in basalt rocks, cores, veins, and volcanic rocks, so pretty much everything. The downside is that it has a 1 in 1,333 chance to spawn. Eye ore will give you minus 10% health and a plus 15% damage boost on any weapon or armor piece. Fireite can only be found in volcanic rock and gives a 20% burn for 2 seconds with a 30% chance on any weapon, which makes for some pretty strong builds. Magmite has a 1 in 3,000 chance to drop from volcanic rock. This ore will give you 50% AoE explosion damage with 35% chance on any weapon, another really strong trait. Lightite only drops from basalt veins, with a 1 in 3,330 chance. Currently, the trait for this ore is unknown, or it just might not have one. Here we have the first, and one of the only mythic ores in the game, Demonite, which has a 1 in 3,666 chance to spawn only from volcanic rock, making it really hard to get. It also plays a message in the chat whenever somebody finds one. This ore will give 20% burn for 2 seconds, with a 15% chance when hit. Plus Demon's Backfire passive on any armor, which is a passive that has a 25% chance to burn any enemy attacking you. Finally, we have Darkite, which I've actually yet to unlock. Here's what it looks like. It's pretty much just a black rock. Unfortunately, this black rock has a 1 in 5,550 chance, or 0.018%, to spawn from a volcanic rock. To put that in perspective, that's around the same chance you have at guessing a 4-digit pin on your first try. Anyway, when using Darkite on your armor, you get Shadow's Phantom Step, which if you don't know, is a passive that gives you a 15% chance to turn into a shadow, meaning you're invulnerable whenever you take damage. Honestly, not too great of a perk, but it's not like anyone's going to be able to have enough Darkite to even get this perk. We have one more area to go through. The Goblin Cave is a secret area that can only be unlocked through the Goblin Quest. To start it, come up to the Goblin King who normally sits here. He'll give you 4 quests in total, each requiring you to bring back a certain number of ores and gold. By the end, you'll have given him 50,000 gold and a bunch of random ores. In return, he'll give you a key, which can be used on the door that's here. You can explore around if you want. There's also another item in here you need for a different quest, but I won't be going over that. In this cave, crystals will randomly spawn. They'll have the same health as volcanic rock, so make sure you bring a decent pickaxe. There are 5 different colored crystal ores you can get, all with a 1 in 255 chance to drop, plus a rainbow crystal, which is a legendary crystal that has a 1 in 5,000 chance to drop, making it the 3rd rarest item you can get. I somehow managed to get it right here, so you can congratulate me in the comments. If you've been paying attention, you might be asking, why is it the 3rd rarest, when the only other ore that's rarer is Darkite? Well, there's one more crystal, called the Arcane Crystal Ore, which has an insane 1 in 10,000 chance to drop. That's almost the same chance you have at flipping heads 14 times in a row. From what we know, these crystal ores have no special trait, so it seems like they're just for show. Anyways, I hope I explained every ore in detail well enough, so you guys would understand everything you needed to know. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next one.